As a passive income investor, it's very important for you to be on the lookout and see which fund you should invest your money. So in today's video, I'm going to represent popular ETFs, and these will be two ETFs. One is from Roundhill, another one from YMAX, and this will be YMAX and QDTE. We can see this performance chart here. On the orange one, this will be QDTE, and the green one will be YMAX. And just look at this chart, you can see QDTE has outperformed massively, but it is the reality. We're going to find out in this video, because I'm going to show you not only performance itself, but we're going to see the dividend distribution, diversification. So if you stick around, you're going to know the difference between these two. But first, I want to show you the chart. The first one will be YMAX Universe Fund of Option Income ETF, and the price of today is $17.89, because this is maxed all the way out, because when it started about 19-20 bucks. Right now is at 17, so you've lost some change there. And if we look at the performance ranges between within a year, or since it was incepted, is between 15.69 to 21.94. Expense ratio right now is 1.28. If we go to Roundhill ETF, we can see has ranged between 39.10 to 49.39, and this was incepted a little bit later, March 6, 2024. So in my comparison, I actually account for the difference of inception, time frame, because this was incepted in March and the other one is January, so there's 2 months differences there, and I actually count that in my comparison. YMAX distribution rate right now is 15.37. Remember, this distribution rate counts for what they just changed right now, weekly distribution. Remember, YMAX has been paying monthly distribution for a long time, and QDTE was paying weekly distribution, and that's one of the main reasons actually I didn't feel it would be fair for me to compare these two. But now YMAX has switched to weekly distribution. I feel it's a perfect time for me to do this comparison. So we'll look at the SEC yield right now is 65, but I'm going to actually give you the perfect yield, because my yield has different computation. The math that I did is different, because I include all the dividends and I did on average. This is a fund of funds, meaning it holds a bunch of YMAX ETFs, which are these ones here. And of course, it does synthetic cover call strategy. So it doesn't hold those stocks directly. On the other hand, if we look at the QDTE Innovation 100 0-day to expiry cover call strategy ETF, this is the first of its kind, because what they do, of course, they write call synthetically as well, just like YMAX. But the difference is that this one, of course, whenever they do the call options, they actually, it's 1 day expiry, they write again, so they don't let the call to expire for too long. From this statement, we can see there is commonality here. The common ground on all of them, of course, is to seek current income, and they also pay weekly distribution, same as YMAX, which has just started, just like a week ago. Distribution yield right now is 38.37. Again, this distribution here does not include overall distribution, but in my spreadsheet, I actually give you exactly what this distribution is as of today. If we look at the distribution history, this one also has been paying, and since they start paying, they never cut their dividends, and they've paid, the first time they paid was in March 2024. Now that you know what strategy those two ETF uses to write their call option, I did some really pretty good calculation here. We can see these are all the dividend I've paid, but again, this is YMAX, and which started in January, but you can see here I literally started in March, because this is exactly the time that QDTE started. So to make it fair game, I start at the same time, and we can see this distribution. If you look at the distribution amount paid is 65 so far, on average, of course, and then total since March as compared to QDTE is $4.13. On average, has paid about 17 cents per share per week, because this was monthly. Now I converted that to weekly, and that gives you $17. And overall price is, if you take all the money that you have received so far, you put on the dividend, the ETF price, which is $17.90 as of today, that will give you $22.03. Annual distribution rate is 49. When you go to QDTE, we'll see something similar but different, of course, since they paid I have, because this has been paying weekly, so we just put $32 per share per week, and overall you receive $8.30, and the price is 50 if you add the dividend that you receive to the prices of today, which is 42.50, and the yield that will give you 39. So this is the final scorecard, which is ETF battles scorecard, 12 out of 12. So the first thing we're going to look is category. We have YMAX, we have QDTE, and we have a score which wins in out of the category. We have 6 categories here, right? So the first one, so it's a 6, but I give each one has a 2 points. So the first one is geography, risk, and a strategy. Now, YMAX is a blend up to 27 stocks, option, and does leverage. When you come to QDT, it's a US blend. It's a Q100, option and leverage. They both use leverage. They both use synthetic. So that will be a draw, right? If we go to another point, which is the fees. If we look at the fee, YMAX is 1.28, QDT is 0.95. So QDT here wins when it comes to fees because there's lower fees. Now we go to number 3, which is diversification. So this is very interesting. So you can see scorecard here is a draw. It'll be like, what's going on here? Because this one has 100 stocks. This one has only between 20 to 27. So how come is a draw? The reason I'm giving the draw is because, remember, this is a QDTE, which is a NASDAQ 100. Has it invested in 100 stocks? Yes. But they're only the NASDAQ, which is a tech-heavy stock. When it comes to this one, it's only 27, but they are in different sectors. And now that there's also Chinese stock like Alibaba and Taiwanese semiconductor will be also included in YMAX, that also gives the international exposure, meaning this one has more diversified in terms of geography, different sectors, and this one has more stocks, but it's only in pretty much one sector or heavy in one sector. So that's why I give you a draw. Now let's go to number 4, which is performance. Of course, when you invest your money, the main thing you are looking is performance. Performance also is a draw, guys. Even though I showed the chart there on the because what I did is I took all the dividend I received and then I put back those dividend receiving, and I get actually each one of them, it's actually 11% so far, which is a draw. I mean, it's like a 10.95. This one is like, 11.6. So all in all, they are pretty much the same or similar. So I give you a draw as well. Yield and distribution. This is very interesting, right? The yield, if you take all the dividend I've received and then you just take an average, YMAX here is a winner because our calculation gives us 49% versus QDTE is only 39. So YMAX wins in that category. The final point, which is number 6, is very interesting. This is average dividends. Average dividends, this one paid about 17 cents per share, and this paid 32 cents. But who is the winner here? I gave it to YMAX. You'll be surprised. Why? 32 seems to be bigger than 17 per share. Wrong. The reason I did this one is because, remember, YMAX price as of now is only $17.91, right? QDT is about $42. So you'd get 2 shares from YMAX and you're only going to get 1 share. So if you have a $50, you're going to buy only 1 share on QDTE, and you can buy actually 2 shares or 2.5 shares from YMAX. So when you receive those dividends, if you have $40 or $50, that means you get more money on this one, because if you take 17s, you get 2 shares, you're going to get 34 cents. And this one, you're going to get 32 cents. So YMAX wins in that category. So overall, you can see here score. We go back to final score point. We can see this YMAX has gained about 7 points and QDT has gained about 5 points. And how I get 7 to 5, what I did is so YMAX has, so each category has 2 points. Of course, so there's a 2, 2, that's 4, and we have 5, 6, 7. This is for YMAX, and then QDT has 2 plus 3. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And that's what we get 7, 12 versus 5, 12. So in this battle, just using the number we have, the winner is YMAX. I put here a conclusion in writing. So conclusion, guys, YMAX ETF has barely won over Round Hill Fund, which is QDTE, If you care about weekly income, then either one of them would be a great pick. You can also blend them 50-50 to optimize your portfolio. That's a topic for another day. Actually, I'm going to make you a video to show you how, what if you blend, what if you make these two ETF together, you make 50-50, 50 QDTE and 50 YMAX. So if you like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more passive income update. Thank you very much for watching, and till we meet again next video, which I'm going to make soon. Bye bye.